Excellence is when you go beyond. When you exceed expectations. What is an excellent person? It's someone who goes beyond the obvious. An excellent person is someone who does more than what is expected. But be careful, doing more than what is expected does not mean working without a salary, without resources, or doing more than what is required. It means having the obligation as a starting point, not a finishing point. An excellent person starts from the obligation and does not stop at the obligation. The obligation is where you start, not where you finish. Let me ask you a question. It's not for you to answer, just for you to think about your activities within the company. Are you doing your best or just what is possible? Music. Don't answer, just think. I'm not asking if you're the best in the world, I'm asking if you're doing your best, your personal best. Are you doing your best or just what is possible? One great risk we run is becoming complacent with what is possible instead of doing our best. But it's difficult to do our best, right? Caution circulates a lot on the internet. I say, you have to do your best with the conditions you have, while you don't have better conditions to do even better. In the family, in affection, in the company, in business, I have to do my best with the conditions I have, while I don't have better conditions to do even better. So, in this career week, are you doing your best or just what is possible? Be careful, if you're settling for just what is possible, you can quickly slip into mediocrity. Once again, I think of the famous Brazilian humorist, Barão de Itaúra, who said, "The only thing you take from life is the life you lead." One thing I want to take from this life is the ability, mine and yours, to not settle for what is possible, but to seek excellence in what we do. I insist, I'm not saying you're mediocre, but we can all become mediocre if we stop looking for the best in the conditions we have and settle for what is possible. The only thing we do then is go around complaining, what can I do? It doesn't work. Life is like this. The impossible is not a fact, it's just an opinion. And as the Latin proverb says, fortune favors the bold. So, what is your work? What is your legacy? It is what you and I are capable of doing. Stand up, dust yourself off, and move on. Don't just let life take you wherever it wants. Now, I want to thank you for paying attention to someone who doesn't work when things get complicated. You either sit and cry or stand up and face it. To stand up and face it, you have to change your state. Changing your state requires you to change your position, and change brings a certain momentary imbalance. You know that changing is complicated. But settling is to perish. Of course, not always crying and standing up means that we need to take risks of momentary imbalance. Let me tell you something you already know, we need to change the state we're in. To stand up, we need to change our position, and changing positions causes a certain momentary imbalance. But being balanced doesn't mean being immobile. Being balanced means moving without falling. One of the best things about taking the risk of momentary imbalance is having a special quality that someone who wants to succeed needs, audacity. Don't confuse audacity with adventure. An audacious person prepares, organizes, studies, talks, and then goes.